You are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So I'm in Hyderabad now. I don't even know what state it is. I think it's Telangana. I always thought it was in Chennai, but that's not what the map's saying. So I'm here and I had to do it by myself, and I'm a little bit out of practice. Like lone solo traveling, I got flustered pretty quickly at the airport. Not even like 5 minutes out. The taxi drivers do it to you. They fuck you so hard. So hard. If you're not on your game, you're fucked here. You won't even make it out of the airport. You'll be taken for body parts at the airport. They'll take your organs at the airport. They won't even have the courtesy of taking you away. No, it's just the taxi drivers. You walk out of the airport and it's just, unless you have a game plan, you're fucked. Because they just come up to you, they start talking, they get into your head, they start playing mind games. Because they're doing it all day. You're just walking out of an airport every now and then. They're there fucking hassling everyone every day. So they can fuck your head at will. So I spent like 2 hours in the airport trying to sort out my accommodation because I didn't book it before I left, and trying to sort out my Uber app because I knew what was coming when I left the airport, and it still didn't help. For some reason, they don't let you connect cards to this, so you either got to pay cash or a UPI, which is some other thing. I don't even know what it is. It's like a money account email connected to your bank account. I don't know. But everyone pays on a UPI here. They don't even use cash. It's mainly UPI, and no one really uses card. Or, well, at least for the apps, you can't use the card. So I tried to connect my fucking Uber account with my mother-in-law's UPI, and it said it was fine. And then as soon as I walked out of the airport to order an Uber, I ordered it. I was standing in what I thought was the right place, and when I went to order it, it said you need to change the payment method. And then once there was that one curveball, it all fucking deteriorated from there. Once the taxi drivers saw my weakness, once they knew I had no idea what I was doing, I was there for the taking. So then they started coming up to me, Uber. Don't take Uber. There's going to be 40-minute wait, minimum 40-minute wait. I'm like, no, I'm getting Uber. They're like, just tell me where you're going. Where are you going? I'll do it. Tell me the Uber price. Where are you going? I'm like, fucking the Holiday Inn. He's like, I'll do it. 4,000 rupees. The Uber's saying 900 rupees. So then I got angry. I was like, no, how does zero sound? Zero? And then they start getting angry at me, and we're having a battle. I'm flustered, like this is 2 minutes in, and then I call my wife. I'm like, look, where the fuck is the Uber stand? And she's basically gone, I don't know fucking Hyderabad. How would I know? I'm like, all right, hold on. I'll give you a call back. I'll figure it out. So then I had to fucking change my Uber payment method to cash, order the Uber, and then fucking they give you a code. They just say go up to any Uber driver and give this code. I guess it's so they don't fucking cherry pick rides. So you go up to an Uber driver, say I've ordered an Uber, give them the code, and they've got to take you. So I did that. I got the code. The only problem was I couldn't find the Uber drivers, and the taxis were on me. The taxi drivers were just misdirecting me. They're like, Uber's down here, Uber's over there, that's Uber there. So I'm like, I'm flustered. I don't know what's going on. The rage is building up. And I called my wife again. I'm like, hey, what the fuck do I do with this code? I've ordered an Uber, but I can't find an Uber to give the code to. How the fuck do I find? She's like, you've got to find the Uber stand. I'm like, I thought I was at the Uber stand, but I can't see any Ubers. And then I had to go up to the money exchange guy, and I'm like, Uber? And he just gives me a general wave somewhere. Like, that's what mainly Indians do, like just a general wave in a direction. So it can be anywhere from southeast to north. That's the direction you're going in. So I just had to fucking figure it out. Turns out the Uber stand was downstairs, and what was upstairs was nothing compared to what I was about to walk through. It was a fucking gauntlet down there, because there was the Uber stand and I could see it in the distance, but to get there, you've got to get through like 1,000 fucking taxi drivers who are pretending to be Uber. They're like, no, we're Uber, this, that, fucking, they're pulling out their phone. They're like, give me the code, this and that. None of them are Uber drivers. So you got to put the blinkers on and just head for the Uber sign. But it's like a spot in the distance. And then they're like, I'll do it for less, 600. And then you're starting to get a little bit tempted. You're like, fucking, all right, that's a bit cheaper. Why don't I go with these guys? But the problem is, once you go with those guys, as soon as you're in the car, they try and upsell you. Then they take you to the wrong place. Then they take you to your mate's hotel, their mate's hotel. And then they just give you the fucking runaround. Anyway, I just blocked it all out and just walked. It was about 100 meters just straight to Uber. And I'm like, hey. And it had a sign saying, do not give the taxi drivers your Uber number and blah, blah, blah. Everyone's a fake here. And the guy took my phone. He looked at it and he's like, that car back there. And I hopped in the Uber and it was just, once I was in the Uber, it was all fine. It's been fine since then. It's just fucking, so I'm getting ready to go to this gig. I had a gig last night and it was fucking sweet. This new comedy club in Bangalore is pretty fucking cool. It's got the Comedy Cellar vibes, the New York Comedy Cellar. From the outside, it's got the same thing. You go down the stairs, you walk in. It's cool. And then the crowd was cool. The venue's sick. I just had a good time. It was fucking great. Then hung out with a few comedians afterwards. They were cool too. They were actually fucking New York comedians. Indians, but they're in New York at the moment. So they were a sweet hang. Bumped into a few of the other Bangalore comedians that I hadn't seen in a couple of years. One of them's like, hey, I'm going to start an expat show for the expats. Like, there's a lot of whiteys in Bangalore. And he's like, they don't come out because I think they think it's just all Hindi and Indian languages, but there's a lot of English. And he's like, so I'm going to start this expat show and I would like you to be on it. And I'm like, yeah, cool, I'll help promote it. And he's like, yeah, help promote it. But like the main thing is like, it would probably be good to have a white face on the expat show. So if you want to host it, I'm going to call it the Expat Show, hosted by David Boyle. And I'm like, yeah, all right, sweet, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, I'm up for it. So it's good, but I got to get out to this fucking gig now. I thought I was staying 20 minutes away, but it's actually 44 fucking minutes away. So it's just time to fucking go. I got to get the Uber and I got to get fucking going. So that'll do for tonight. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and I'll see you the fuck later.